name is Tiffany Hall, and today I'm going to do category 1 real quick for you guys. First, we're going to do the leg length analysis, inequality, and I'm going to have Emily push her legs out towards my hands, and then don't let me push you in, okay? And she does that, and then she's going to relax, and then I'm going to feel for the superior malleoli. And on this one, she has right, so we know we have a right short leg, and so that's for leg length inequality. Next, we're going to go up and do trap fiber analysis, and you're going to see me turn my back, but it's only so that I can contact what I need to contact. So we have 7 points, and pretty much they start here about the medial aspect where the AC joint is, and they go up at an angle, and what we're feeling for is which one is tender. And so the patient will let me know which one is tender, and if she has 2 of them that's tender, we're going to look for the most tender spot, and based off of the one that's most tender, then we'll go and correlate with the spine. And so pretty much how it works is cervicals is, standard engineered 1 through 12, and then thoracics actually go 1 through 12 as well, but 1 through 8 for cervicals, and then 1 through 12 for thoracics, but they break up a little bit. And then for lumbar, they don't actually start until 3, and so they correlate. Based off of that, once we find which one is tender in the actual spine, we contact it, and we simply just thrust, and I'm not going to do it because we didn't find one for Emily. And after we do the trap fiber analysis, we just go back and palpate again on that point that we found that was tender and see if it's still tender. It may still be tender, but we're just looking for it not to be as tender as it was before. Okay, next thing we're going to do is the heel tension. And for the heel tension, you have 3 different ways that you can do it. You can either do it with both feet, or you can do it 1 foot, or you can do it with the Achilles tendon. And what I'm going to do is the Achilles tendon to save time, but it's not the most accurate. And we're going to say that the right one is thicker, so we know that that's the heel tension side that she has. Next, we're going to do the atlas dural subluxation. And so what we're going to start with is the long leg. And for the long leg, she's just going to leave her head where it is. And we said earlier that the short leg was the right one. So we're going to have Emily put both of her hands above her head. And she's tractioning, holding on to the table while I'm going to traction the long leg. And I'm not really going to pull because, like I said, we don't know for sure. But we're going to do this 10 seconds, 3 times each for the long leg. Once we've done that, we're going to go to the short leg, which was her right leg. And I'm going to have Emily do a full range of motion from right to left with her head. And it's been 3 times. And then we're going to have her stop. Next thing we're going to do is bilateral traction. And she's going to turn her head. And we're just going to say that there was not a bump on the left side. And so while I'm tractioning, pulling both of her legs bilaterally at the same time, she's going to turn her head full range of motion left to right 3 times as well. And it's been 3 times. Now, we're going to go to the crest and dollar sign. We're looking for the major dollar sign. So we're going to start with the crest, and we're going to go about 3 inches outside of L4. And with my thumb, I'm just feeling for whichever one is bunching up the most. We're going to say that it's the right side that bunches up the most. So we know we have our major crest side on the right. Next thing we're going to go look at the muscle tone of the glutes, and we're going to contact and see which one is more muscular. And we're going to say that it's the right side for this, so we know we have a major dollar side on the right. Now, out of these 2, we do have to decide which one is more of a major sign. So we're going to say that she has a major dollar sign on the right, which is more than the crest sign. So once we do this, we're going to go ahead and add in the blocks. And we're going to use these little red bean bags. And this is a passive thing. So I'm going to ask the patient, do you have any knee issues? She says no. I'm going to raise this up and roll her over. And I'll show you with my hands what it should look like. And do you have any knee issues with this side? She says no. We're going to raise this up and roll her over too. And it should look like this. But like I said, it's not real, so we don't want to really block her right now. So the maximum amount of time that you can leave that in is for 10 minutes. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to adjust. We want to make sure that we don't adjust over the blocks. So for the sake of the camera, I'm not going to turn my back, but what we would do is the glute scoop. And so we're going to do the glute scoop on the left, and you would actually gather and scoop, but I don't want to scoop because we don't know if she really has this going on. And then we're gonna do the PSIS, and we're just simply going to do it the fallopian way and just do it real slow, okay? And we have still left those blocks in, and that's for the major crest and dollar sign. After we do the major crest and dollar sign, we're going to move on to the sacral base, but we're going to leave the blocks in. Hopefully it hasn't been 10 minutes. For the sacral base, what we're going to do is contact L5 with our thumb, and this is called the cough sign. So I'm going to have the patient actually cough. Okay, in this case it went up, and since the thumb went up, we know that it's a positive sign. If the thumb would have went towards her head, it would have been a negative sign, and if it would have went towards her head and up, it would have been a neutral sign. So since we know that it's a positive sign, we want to make a smiley face. So we're going to just switch one of the blocks over, keeping in mind it's passive. I'm going to pull this up, roll it over, and put it there. And we have it smiling this way. And since we said that we had a positive sign, what we're going to do is contact here. And what we're contacting is the apex. So I'm going to go down, making sure to keep my fingers up because we don't want to contact anything and, make the patient feel any type of way or inappropriate. So I've contacted the apex, and then I'm going to have her exhale. And she's done the exhalation while I've contacted the apex. Now, while we were doing this, we were looking for a vasomotor response. And with the vasomotor response, I'm just looking for like blanching or any petechia with the spine. Once I've done that, I am going to feel for any tenderness with her spinous processes of her spine. Once I locate one of them, let's just say we located this one, we're going to correlate the thoracic spine with the cervical spine off of the trap fiber analysis. I'm going to take my thumb. I'm just going to stand on this side for you guys so you'll be able to see it. And I'm going to take my thumb and go superior, and then we're going to take the correlating cervical spine and just pinch it up. And basically we're going to do this until we feel for like a perspiring on the cervical spine. And that is how we're going to do the vasomotor response, and that's for category 1.